This is to certify that Real and Retro have been authorized for live streaming. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, welcome to Real and Retro. This show will make you laugh out loud. The views and opinions of our guests may not reflect our own, however, if you do somehow find yourself being offended, then I would suggest getting a life. With that being said, it's that time for the countdown, so here's a song I really enjoy.
Hello, hello, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I hope that you're missing me, cause it makes me feel young. Hello, hello, last time that I saw your face was recess in second grade, and it made me feel young. Won't you help me sober up? Growing up it made me numb, and I wanna feel something again. Won't you help me sober up? All the big kids, they got drunk, and I wanna feel something again. Won't you help me feel something again? How's it go again?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on another week of Real and Retro. As you can see, I am joined by a new co-host this week, and we have got a special guest on his way as well. So you're spoilt this week. Chris, how are you doing, sir? You okay?
I'm
How's
good.
your week been?
Good, thank you, Big Steve. Thank you for having me on tonight.
No, you're more than welcome. You know that. Now, just for our viewers who know you from the chat, would you like to give a bit of background on yourself, who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Chris. Some people call me Car Boot Chris. I'm a full-time reseller. That is my job. And I pick up stuff from boot sales. I'm also a YouTuber, so I've got a YouTube channel, Cookie and the Haydens, and we share the journey on there. And yeah, I like films. And when I started reselling, oh, here he is. Fucking hell, about time he came in. When I first
in this
started
situation, what
reselling,
would Chris do? Oh yeah, I'll be late.
when I first started reselling, I focused on movie and TV related stuff, which I've got a fairly decent collection. So, yeah. And I'm the originator of Movie Chats, which is now Real and Retro.
You are the originator for Movie Chats. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest has arrived. Little Steve, how you doing, sir? You okay?
Cheeky sod. Yes,
For those,
I'm good, mate.
for those of you that don't know who Little Steve is, he's the
Cheeky
occasional
bastard.
co-host to the channel, and he does the odd occasional video as well.
This is like a throwback to about 3 years ago now.
Isn't it? This is
It is.
lockdown. This is lockdown days right here now.
Yeah, obviously with
that's,
more.
that's usually how it went.
That's how it went. Yeah. Although I did join the stream before Steve did.
No,
I
you
always
didn't.
ended up on the bottom.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I don't know
I
where
was
he's got
always
that
on
from, Chris.
time.
I
You
swear
were
to God.
always late. Anyway, Steve, how was your week been?
It's been all right until today. I've been back in work today, so it's been really busy. So first day back in after before off, so I've been running around mad today. So yeah, how's your day been?
Busy. The whole day, it's just been non-stop since the last time we spoke last week. But you know, that's just work. That's just work. How it's going to be for the next 15 years till I retire, and then we'll move abroad. That's the plan.
Where are you going to go?
Wales.
She wants to go Montenegro. She wants to
Really?
go to Montenegro. Yeah.
Just because you went there on a bloody cruise recently.
We went there on holiday, didn't we? A couple of years back, we were going to
It's
go.
a big
for the
mistake
honeymoon.
that, you know, we went to Devon on holiday, then we moved there, and then we abandoned ship fairly soon afterwards.
Yeah, but can you just imagine that though? I'll still make our show on time, being abroad.
Start awful, yeah.
Little Steve can't make it being here.
I came home and she wanted to bloody talk to me. It's weird that.
I don't want to talk to you now, Steve, but you'd make me still come online.
I know, that's true.
That's it. You drag me on these shows.
Hey, everyone.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, please, we've got 10 watching at the moment. Please say hello in the chat. Luke's in and Dave's in. Luke's put, hey, Steve, I hope you're both well. I've recently picked up Kingdom of Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray from CEX. I also picked up Inside Out 1 and 2 from a charity shop. I don't think
Wow.
Inside Out 2 was out on physical media yet, was it?
It is, but it's been a few weeks. That's it. So he's done really well there. If he's got that from
Oh,
a
yeah.
charity shop.
Yeah. It's either that or the film's crap and someone's decided to trade it
Yeah, yeah. Someone's gone. Nah, you're all right. I'll give it a miss.
in. Yeah. Right. So, ladies and gents, what we're going to do tonight is that we're just going to have a general chit chat. So please put your comments in the chat. Just let us know what you've been watching, what's been going on. Steve, what have you been watching this week?
Not a lot, really. Just a few documentary bits, really. It's not been a big week for movies are out. To be fair, I was hoping to get a few in, but yeah, I've not managed to. Yourself?
I've been watching the new Gundam series on Netflix today. I've been binge watching Spartacus.
Oh right, yeah.
And the new Gundam series was released on Netflix this week. So I'm about 6-7 episodes into that. About 6 episodes into that so far.
Well, that's not too bad. What about yourself, Chris? You watched anything good?
Beetlejuice last week, but I did talk to you in the chat about how shit that was. God, I was so disappointed with that. Have you two watched that yet?
No, we're really looking forward to it.
Don't bother. Honest to God, it was awful. It's all I could do to keep my eyes open. It was crap. The acting was shit. The storyline was shit. It was just awful. The whole thing was awful. The only thing I liked about it was they kind of tried to keep some of the more practical effects rather than it all being CGI. They did try and keep some of that, which was all right. Professional, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get him into shape, Lana, because it was a very unprofessional start. Little Steve wasn't even here.
I know. Talk about waiting for me.
Yeah. Evening, Jason. Good opportunity for Chris to try and sell some stuff to the
Exactly.
Steves.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to be doing a live auction on the show. Yeah. Chris doesn't know this yet, but we will be jumping to Whatnot at some point. Dave's watched Alien Romulus the other night. Pretty good. Now, I really enjoyed it.
Not watched that yet.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the android was a bit annoying at the start, but he sort of grows on you. And, you know, I quite like the fact that it's gone back to being a sci-fi horror and not just another movie in the franchise. You know, and I can't wait for the TV series later. I think it's the start of next year, isn't it? The TV series is coming out. So yeah, that's quite good. If you haven't seen Alien Romulus, Chris, and you like Alien and Aliens, give it a shot.
I tell you what, I have watched this week on Netflix. Is a series called Trust. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, that was quite good. I can't remember the it's like it's a bit hard to explain. It might be a bit like what's that other thing that you've watched where it's a deception type thing, like a social experiment, like where everyone's like stabbing each other in the back. What?
Oh, Alice in Borderlands.
No, not a film.
Good game.
Not a film.
So game?
No, like a social experiment.
Oh, thing. The Traitors.
A bit like Traitors, I think.
Right, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, there's something called Trust on
when you're saying stab people in the back, I'm thinking of like Borderlands and Squid Games and but the Traitors. Have you not seen the Traitors, Chris?
Not yet, no, but I just stumbled across this one called the Trust, it's called, and I watched the entire thing in one go, and it was quite good. It's an American thing, and it's like these people all sort of stuck in a place, and there's a vault there with 250 grand in it, and they go through tasks, and they have to try and sort of whoever's left at the end, and they can share it right from the start if they want to, like with all the people, but whoever's left at the end get to share the amount, and they kind of have to reveal things, and then they have to kick people out in secret and stuff.
Right,
it's quite good.
There was one that we watched when we were on holiday, and it was on ITV, I think. And they're in a hotel, and they've got the money bags, and one of them's got a card in it that means that they win the jackpot, and everybody else has got like nothing in the briefcase, and they've got to work out who's got the jackpot and the briefcase, and you've got to keep hold of it until the end. But again, you vote people in and out. Lance will probably put the name of the program in the chat for us now. Fortune Hotel. There you go. Yeah. And it was good fun watching that, and it was like, what would you do? Would you say, look, I've got the money, and then keep it to the end, or would you just play along with the game that you don't know where the money is and just lie to everybody else in the hotel? And it's that type of thing. Dave's he loved the amount of practical effects in it. Movies need to go back to this. I can't watch a film now without it being 80% CGI, even when it doesn't need to be CGI, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
watching something like that. Steve, I think you said the same about Furiosa, didn't you?
Yeah,
when you watched Furiosa last week.
Yeah. It's the thing is that his predecessor was really a lot of practical effects, and then this one's got a smidge of CGI here, there, and everywhere, and you can sort of tell a mile off that part's CGI.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame, really, because especially when you look at like the Mad Max Fury Road and the other ones, they were so heavy with sort of practical effects. They look brilliant.
The Indiana Jones, the most recent one.
Yeah.
The opening sort of 20 minutes of that was it on the train? That had so much CGI in it. Harrison Ford was CGI'd, obviously, because he was a lot younger. And it was just so blatantly CGI. It felt really poor, really poor effort.
I think people are getting bored of it now, aren't they? They prefer the practical effects.
I wonder what they'll do with Labyrinth and all that when that comes back. Gremlins as well.
Yeah, didn't they get into trouble recently, Disney, for CGIing the Admiral back into Star Wars? Didn't his family complain about him using
most likely the
looks of the character to CGI?
I'm pretty sure, though, when they sign their contracts, they sign away any rights to anything like that.
Yeah, Disney, it's basically we own your soul, innit?
Well, Katie Sackhoff came out and she said, didn't she, when she voiced Bo-Katan for Rebels, and then obviously she's Bo-Katan in Mandalorian, that when she signed the contract, she said that they can use her voice in future parts for Bo-Katan. So she doesn't need to be there. They just take a sample of her voice, and that's it. She's always going to be Bo-Katan for Star Wars.
There's a Black Mirror episode that goes on about it's like a spoof of Netflix, but it's like they can just create these programs and stuff without the actual actor being there, and it's like it's almost instant. It's like instant on the screen, like whatever is happening in this woman's life is happening instantly on the screen, but with actors. And it turns out that these actors have never actually acted it. It was all that deep face sort of stuff.
Well, he kicked off in Back to the Future, didn't he? When they replaced him with a lookalike. George McFly.
What's he called? What's the actor called?
I can't remember his name, but he wasn't replaced, was he? Chris? No, it's not Chris Glover, is it?
No, it's not.
I can't remember. Anyway, they replaced him with a lookalike in the next film or whatever, and he took him to court and everything, didn't he? I don't know what the outcome of that was, but he weren't happy about it.
It would have started out of court.
YouTube, that.
Out of court? What court?
Did he settle out of court?
Yeah, it would have been. It's Crispin Glover.
That's it.
Criminal Glover. Yeah, Crispin Glover. Because they had a mould of his face, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they used a prosthetic made out of the mould.
Yeah.
For when they went back in, when they went forward in time, wasn't it?
So
No, it wasn't. It was only went forward, I think.
let's talk about the elephant in the room then. Really, when it comes to like Back to the Future, is it really as good as you two think it is, or is it one of these where you're hoping now to get a sequel
There'll never be a
No,
sequel.
later
There'll never
so
be
you
a
can
no,
sequel.
no,
redo
Never.
Back to the Future 3?
no, no,
No.
no, no, no.
There'll never be another one, I don't think. No. And it is as good. It is. I can still, like, if that's on telly now and I'm scrolling through Sky and it's there on telly, I'll just flick it on. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's halfway through. I just put it on.
What draws you to that like trilogy? Because like I said,
Many things, really.
I haven't watched it for about 10 years, and I don't think I'm in any rush to pick any of the 3 films up.
I just think it just immediately takes me back to my childhood, like watching it,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
and the magic that it brings you when you're a kid. You know, watching a film like that. I mean, it's same with Star Wars for those who are Star Wars fans.
Everybody wanted a hoverboard.
You know, it was a magic film back then, wasn't it? And I think it
Oh,
takes
yeah.
you back when you watch it.
Now, can I just point out the fact that on Chris's tag it says there no Marvel, no DC or Star Wars, and he's the first one to mention
Yep.
any one of the 3.
Well, I'm trying to prove that I am impartial and I can hold a balanced view.
No, so when it comes to Back to the Future for me, obviously it had its place for me growing up. I think I preferred Back to the Future 2 as to the first one. I think that was,
It's very, very close, you know. It really,
Yeah.
for me, it's very close.
I think that was the better film. I think 3 for me was like Alien Resurrection. It didn't need to be made, and it's you know it's at that particular point for me where I could take or leave 3.
I just think it rounded it off nicely by
Yeah, I
doing the
think so as
3.
well.
It did round it off nicely, and each one has a different theme, so it kind of
Exactly.
feels a bit different. So it is very hard to like pick a favorite. If I had to choose, I would say 2 because I like the futuristic stuff. I like
Yeah.
all the prediction of the future. I like that, and then obviously the third one is probably in third
weakest.
place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably go with that.
I just remember watching that second one, and then because they filmed them back to back, the trailer of the third one coming on like at the end of it. It was like, oh, what's going on here? And it was like, there's another one, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've still got a little bit of a soft spot for number 3, but
Yeah,
I think you are right. I think it's a 2, then 1, then 3.
But very close. Like nothing really in it. Nothing
No.
in it.
Different, although it's about different themes, there's different movies as well. I feel
They don't make trilogies much like that anymore, where everything's connected, and there's throwbacks to each one. Like each one, like nods to the last one, or there's even scenes like that are connected. Like from a different camera angle, you see something that happened in the first one, and there's not many trilogies now that are so interlinked than that one.
No,
I think the days of the second movie in a trilogy actually meaning something are well and truly gone. They for the last like decade, the second movie in that trilogy is like the Lincoln film. So you've had the big build up in the first film. The second film is a link up to the big finish in the third film, and you know, and I'm just trying to think of a trilogy recently that's happened that hasn't been based on the book series where it's sort of been dictated that's had to happen that particular way. And I'm struggling.
You see, the thing is that the gap between 1985 and 1989, like, so there's like a 4-year gap between the first and the second one coming out, and then there's only a year between the second and third because it was filmed back to back.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I think a lot of the time nowadays, unless it's a 20-year-old sequel, 30-year-old sequel, they're rushing them out. Like that second one, because that second one and third one were written together, they had time to craft that.
Yeah.
You know, and whereas nowadays it's like, right, okay, we've just had a hit movie, let's get another one out by this time next year. And I think some of them now are just purely delayed on the fact that, you know, they need sort of CGI putting in and all these sort of things. It's not because they've taken the time to do the quality of it.
just to argue that particular point, then the Joker 2, yeah, that was Joker 1 was 1919, was it 2019 ish?
Mm.
So they've had a couple of years to write that sequel. They've had a year to film that sequel, and it's probably been the biggest flop of the year.
But was it the same writer?
Yeah, it's the same team, isn't it? The same
I
production
don't know.
team.
I don't know.
So
Jason said, could the Back to the Future TV series work instead of a new movie?
There was a cartoon series, if you remember.
Yeah, there was a cartoon series. The only thing with the Back to the Future series, would you do it very Quantum Leap?
That's
Exactly
what I was thinking there. Are we talking like a Quantum Leap thing?
Where he's jumping to a different time. Obviously, he's still Marty McFly, and he's jumping around different times every episode. Or
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because
would you have an 8 episode series in each time? So you would have like season 1, he was back in the past. Season 2, he'd be in the future, and then you spread the storyline over 8 episodes.
The problem is you have to like take different characters because obviously you're not going to have Marty and the Doc, so it's going to either be a family member, kids, or something, and then it's just going to be shit, isn't it? It's going to be like it'll just be it's successful because the characters and the people are so good in it.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
up, bloody hell!
Thank you. You gonna say hello?
Put the eating on.
Have you got your eating on, Chris?
No, it's warm here.
I'm that hot in this room. I've got the windows open.
To be fair, it has been warm today.
Yeah, it has been warmer today.
That's why I'm sat by the windows tonight, because I've got the
I just saw her
windows
come
open.
in with a dressing gown and her slippers on there. So
Dave said,
no, she's come home from work, and I've been working from home, so I've been in my PJs all day. So she's like, "So we're not going out then?" No.
if only they'd written Star Wars sequel trilogy all at the same time.
I think some of the problem is that nowadays I'm not convinced that when they make a film, they make it with a long-term plan. I think they just make a film, and then after they've made the film, they think, "Oh, should we make another one?" And then it becomes disjointed, and then it becomes years later. Whereas I don't think they often sit down and say, "Okay, this is going to be a 3-film jobby, and we're going to have to film it back to back."
But there's so many films now, though, Chris, that were meant to be standalone films, and the ending of it has been rushed or pants that they're forced into making a second film to try and correct the first one.
Netflix are terrible for that, you know. Netflix own movies, they're terrible for not giving a good ending. Like some of the films have been quite good, but some of the endings are like, oh God, that was shit at the end.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Luke said, has anyone been watching The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 2? No, I haven't got into the Daryl Dixon.
Seen the first one.
I got a couple of episodes into the first series, and then I don't think it explains to me quick enough how he's ended up in France. But is that because I've missed the end of the Walking Dead?
He got is a different bit of a different storyline. He got what was it? He got piled onto a boat and ended up he was like trapped on a boat and ended up in France. A bit of a stupid fucking storyline, to be honest. It was a bit stupid.
So he ended up in France, and then he was trying to get back to America. And I was like, come on, you couldn't travel across America without getting bitten by a walker. So how the hell are you going to travel halfway across the world?
I have seen it. There's another one though, like who said that? Luke.
The one those
Carol
who lived or something.
There's one. The next one's Daryl and Carol, I think.
Is it
Daryl and Carol?
Yeah, Carol's Cookies.
Okay, fair enough. They could do a series with Doc Brown's kids traveling in time, and this is what a lot of these are, though, aren't they? A lot of them are like, how can we make sure it's a relation to the person that's involved?
You're shoehorning it in, aren't you? You're forcing it rather than it be natural. And I just don't think it'd work.
Unless it's a long lost relative of the Docs or a long, like, great granddaughter of the Docs after them staying in, like, Wild West or somewhere, and that she's inherited the flux capacitor technology.
Yeah, it's a bit like a Ghostbusters sort of thing. I envision him going into his old house from number 2.
That's what it would be like.
Brushing off the cobwebs and seeing all these plans and buildings.
It would end up like a sort of a Stranger Things-esque sort of series, like with time travel in it. You know, that's what the Ghostbusters sort of ends up being.
Back in the 80s or some shit. They travel back to.
Yeah, I hope they never do it. I hope they never touch it because I just don't want them to touch it.
No, I think it'd be sacrilege if they did. I don't think there's many out there that can't be touched. Well, I say that. There's not many out there that can't be redone, but I don't think they should touch that at all.
What did I see the other day in one of the articles? Is it Scrubs? They're bringing Scrubs back, aren't they? With a mix of the original cast and
they did that with the fucking college one. The last series, none of them wanted to fucking do it, but they came back with a college, like another class of medical students.
But then you're asking the question, what have they done since Scrubs?
No, yeah, I know.
You know,
I know.
This is why I think we get so many bad boy movies. What's Martin Lawrence and Will Smith done in between Bad Boys?
I can't dislike them though. They are just fun time movies. They're not intellectually brilliant, you know. They're not there to sort of have you thinking, but just to have a bit of a laugh. And is it Jerry Bruckheimer, isn't it? It's a typical Jerry Bruckheimer movie. Every one of them.
Like, so Jason's put here. I've watched the second episode tonight. I've come to the conclusion that Carol is a jinx. Yeah, it's true. The 2 young girls were all right until they met Carol. One become psychotic and one become a walker, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's definitely a bit of a jinx there, isn't she?
Yeah, and her own daughter died, didn't she? If I remember correctly, in the first series.
Yeah, I think so. Fucking hell, yeah.
Oh, that's racking my head back. Yeah, that's right. They found her in Hamish's or what was his name?
The old guy on the farm.
Yeah. Is it Hamish?
Herschel.
That's the one. Found him in his
barn.
Shed. Yeah.
Shed.
The funny thing about Walking Dead, right, and especially like when you're watching some of these like add-ons, like these little communities that they come across.
Yeah.
They've all lived, like, they've managed to survive in the apocalypse, with the zombie apocalypse, for several years. Don't
last much longer when they turn up.
As soon as Daryl and his crew come up, they're all dead. And they've lasted about, I don't know what the Walking Dead time span is, but it's over 10 years. So they've lasted all this time living there, and suddenly either Carol turns up, Daryl turns up, or Rick's back alive, and everyone's dead. And they're supposed to be the good people.
Was it the Kingdom and Hilltop? They suffered similar fates, didn't they? And
they all do. Every community they come across, they
just fucking turn them away. That's what you need to do, isn't it? Just go, no, we're fine. We don't need saving.
I do wonder when The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, obviously, but I do wonder when they're going to call it a day and stop making add-ons. It's like. I think they should have just run the series, finished it off in the best possible way they could, and left it be. But it's just such a cash cow, isn't it?
Do you know?
Well, we are now 3 spin-offs at least.
Yeah. So you've got the Rick and Michonne one, haven't they? They Who Live or something. You've got the Daryl Dixon one, and you've got what's a face in Negan.
Let's not forget Fear the Walking Dead as well.
And there was like a kids one as well, where there was a load of young people. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Was it?
Well, yeah, there was another spin-off that starts before the whole Walking Dead thing kicks off, just as but it was all young people in it.
Oh, okay.
Official Walking Dead stuff. I can't remember what it was. Anyone know in the chat?
Don't know.
World Beyond. There you go. That's it.
Well, yeah, of course.
There's
Yeah.
too
No,
many
I don't
now.
know. I think that the best way of finishing The Walking Dead would have been they've all ended up being walkers. And that way there's no spin-offs. There's no, unless you're going back in time where Rick disappeared for about 3 seasons, or 3 of the most boring seasons of Walking Dead that Rick wasn't in it. You know, and stuff like that.
I honestly thought the good ending to The Walking Dead would have been, when they start seeing helicopters and stuff flying over it, like towards the end of the season, when, hey, look, there's something not right here. There's freaking helicopters. Where these come from? I reckon at some point towards the end, series 9-ish, something like that, one of these helicopters goes right up high, and they suddenly realise that these people in the Walking Dead world are penned in.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world is all living normally, but they've had to isolate this virus, and it's massive, like the size of the United States, but the rest of the world is normal, and they're just stuck in there.
It's like the Maze Runner or something like that.
Just stuck in their own little world and not being able to get out because they can't possibly allow them out or something. I think that would have been an amazing ending to it.
Did you ever see the series The Last Ship?
I've heard of that.
It was about it was like a virus, and it wiped out half America. But these guys were on a battleship in the middle of the ocean, so they never caught the virus, and they've had to try and come up with an antidote for it and stuff like that. It was a really good series, but that was something similar like that. They had all these little sort of communities of people that never caught the virus while they were going around America and stuff like that. But no, like I say, The Walking Dead for me got a bit when they blew Rick off the bridge, and everyone thought he was dead. I just found that those 2 seasons after it, and with the Whisperers as well, I think they ruined that for me. Where it was like, oh, it's people walking around in dead suits.
Yeah,
it's just like give us like a brain that's controlling the zombies or something, and we might get down to what was actually the virus.
But they killed off. Well, they didn't kill him off, obviously, but they basically wiped out the number 1 main character of the show. You can't really get away with that, and they didn't really have much of a direction afterwards.
No,
and it's like Rick was there from the first moment of the first season.
He wanted to go for a bit, didn't he, Adam Lincoln? He wanted to go for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he wanted to get back to his family. He'd obviously been living in America, Atlanta, and that for Christ knows how many years, like 8-9 years, I think it was. And I think he just wanted to get back and do some other projects and stuff. But yeah, they should have probably tied him down a bit more, shouldn't they? Until the end.
But like I said, there was 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. You could turn it on and go, oh yeah, you're still talking to that Vince, and turn it off again. And then just go back 6 episodes later. Oh yeah, you're still talking to her. So not much has moved on. You've crawled through a couple of caves and you found out where they live now. Sound.
Tell you what, you just can't win with him, can you? He's just ruined your lifelong amazing Walking Dead program in 5 seconds.
Thank you. You just need Lou to pop in now and give him his brew.
Say, Steve, you're the only one that's not got a brew.
Yeah, that's true. But I'll just have to do without for now.
So obviously, Chris, I've been trying to talk little Steve into culling his collection. Now you've been doing something similar yourself, but you've got an avenue of getting rid of your collection, haven't you? In your eBay and your whatnot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, us.
Is there anything else now in the room that you'd be wanting to let go, or you're thinking of letting go, or now you've got the space, is there anything that you're looking at starting to collect?
I don't think I've actually freed up any space. It doesn't feel like it. But why? What do you want to buy?
Well, let me put you on big screen and we'll have
got his cheeky collections at the side there. We have to get some.
There's still some stuff I want to get rid of.
The Tiki collection. He has got a particular Tiki in his collection. Now I've got the Voltron. That Tiki Voltron might
you
look
can probably
like
you can pick that up. You know, you could probably get that for about 30 quid on eBay, maybe.
In other words, sod off.
Yeah,
no, it's not going that one. But no, there's still stuff I want to get rid of. There's some big horror figures that I'm not really interested in keeping, but they are worth a fair bit. What else? I'll probably get rid of my Fraggle Rocks, maybe some Breaking Bad stuff, some plush toys I'm going to get rid of probably. What else?
See, I can't talk in this arena, Chris, because as you know, I collect something and then a couple of months later it's on your whatnot. But I remember how excited you were over those Fraggle Rocks when you got them.
Well, you go through phases, don't you? I was collecting anything and everything that I kind of liked. You know, it was very random. There was no real order to it. If I saw something and it reminded me of my childhood, or it was something I used to watch or enjoy playing with or whatever, then I would pick it up. But now I'm a bit more picky, and I kind of like my Tiki collection. I like collecting certain pop figures. You know, I can you can easily sort of stack them and whatnot with the pops. But other than that, it's mainly focused on Walking Dead, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, and Killer Clowns. They're the four franchises that I actively look for.
So, as it stands, like, is there anything that you've purchased in the last few weeks that have not made it to the stockpile, as opposed to on the
what have I purchased that I've kept instead of sold?
I would say so, yeah, because I would imagine you're storing a few bits in there at the minute, especially with the Whatnot show and stuff.
I've got loads. I've got quite a bit of stuff because I bought a huge collection of stuff. I spent like just over 2K on someone's entire collection, and it had loads of stuff that I was interested in myself. I refrained on a lot of it, but I did keep one or two pieces. I can show you a few bits if you want to give me a minute.
Yeah, that's not a problem. So that was the problem that I had when Lana was doing the reselling, was that I was picking stuff up, and the question always happened, is that for you to keep or is that for me to sell? And I'm like, I don't know. I just know it's worth quite a bit, but I also want it myself, you know. So yeah. Now she doesn't do the reselling, we don't have that particular problem. Stevie, what have you picked up recently, mate?
Just a few bits on. I went into CEX because somebody had dropped off some classic movies. I'm when I say classic, I'm not talking like our 80s stuff. Like, a lot of it is stuff that I don't see every day, really. So I picked up a few. I've got a BFI movie called Romeo is Bleeding. This one is obviously a classic, which I've never actually seen, but it's Marlon Brando, Criterion Collection on the waterfront. Yeah. I think it's the one where he's like, I could have been a contender. That one. Woman on the Run, which is an Arrow collection. Again, one of the sort of 40s, 50s movies. Possessed, another one. A Humphrey Bogart, Dark Passage. Humphrey Bogart, The Big Sleep. Apparently, that's really, really good. The Stranger, again, an old classic. I'm looking at these when I've done the research on them, been like a classic noir crime thriller sort of things. Yeah, which I quite like anyway. Like so
fortnightly collectible set or something like that.
Where you're trying to figure out who did it and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's them, and then just a few other bits really. I didn't know this existed. I picked this up, which is 8mm 2. He says rental copy, so I'm guessing that it was never any good to actually go out as a proper release.
Didn't even know they did a sequel to 8mm.
Like I say, neither did I. 8mm 2. So I was like, right, okay, that's probably really bad.
Who's in that one?
Oh, God knows. Jonathan, I can't even pronounce his name, but it's not anybody that's massively... Jonathan Schaeech from Hush. Jonathan yeah, no, not a clue.
You're going to have
And
to
the
watch
woman-
that now and do a review on it, aren't you, Steve?
Yeah, just so I can pronounce half these names on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got found a couple of these. Should be in a box set of 4, but these are Hammer Horror Collections,
Mm-hmm.
so they should be in a 4 set. Quite an expensive set, really, considering for DVDs. But there's I think there's about 10 movies in each of the Hammer Horror ones.
Should we tell Chris he doesn't have to go and find stuff just to show on the stream, just the stuff?
No,
that he was interested
let him do it. And then
How
I got a digital, like a digibook of To Kill a Mockingbird. That was quite a nice
Ooh.
find. That was £1.
Go on then, bud. Do you want to
Jesus.
show us what you've got?
Right. Got a little
Yeah,
tub.
that's cool.
Bloody hell. The new Raiden from Mortal Kombat looks shit, doesn't he?
This is neat. I've never seen one of these. It's a DeLorean key.
Okay.
Fuck off.
That's cute.
That's
Isn't
cool.
it?
That.
That looks like that's a super drug Christmas bargain.
I think that this is probably like a Zavi exclusive or something.
Yeah, nice, brightly.
You know, like they do those golden tickets and stuff.
Mm.
Probably that. I got a Scream in a blood box.
Yeah.
Kept that one. This is quite nice. I can't pronounce the dinosaur, but quite a
See,
neat one. It's the one with the claws from where he's
the one with the claws.
hovering over the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
when,
okay.
when she's under the water.
Yeah,
Pherizonosaurus. And this one is cool as well. This is really nice. The Brachiosaurus.
That's cool. I like that one.
Is that's an oversized pop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an oversized one. It's cute though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was that from that collection you bought?
Yeah, these are all from it. And I think this was I know I got 2 DeLoreans from that collection, but I'm pretty sure this was one of them. It's the hovering Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, I've got that one.
You got this one?
Yeah, it's number 3 I'm missing.
Yeah, I've got I think I must have got the 3 as well with this. But that's like underneath a couple of things, and that's what Big Steve and Lana bought me.
Oh, that's cool.
That's for his birthday, Steve. Do you know the thing that you get for when people turn a year older?
All right, thanks very much. I appreciate that.
There you go.
I don't know. No, so so Jason's comment there that we're fishing for stuff. You missed the conversation early on in the day, Jason, between the 3 of us, and I was just there in the pot over little Steve and Chris and the whatnot last night.
What's that?
That Chris sends me the stuff that I might be interested in now.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, I send little Steve pictures as well.
Oh,
You can't say that he doesn't get pictures.
Yeah, but it's not the same sort of pictures, is it?
Oh, yeah.
What, you get dick pics and I get toys?
Well, this is it, clearly.
Yeah.
He doesn't refuse them.
Shh.
Good evening, George. Thank you for joining us. Kel's have popped in. Thank you, Kel. I've also picked up Disney Infinity 2 and 3. Is that the game where you put the little figures on the portal and you end up playing someone like Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I could never get into
money
them.
maker.
I could never get into them. Skylanders was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly the same. It's such a fucking money maker. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think they did a Lego one as well, didn't they? For like Back to the Future stuff. And
Was that Lego Dimensions or something?
Yes.
The game was called, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can remember one of the games on the Mega Drive being like an X-Men game, and you had to be a certain X-Men to get into certain parts of the level, but you had to go pick them, but they weren't figures. And I'm assuming it's something like that where you can't access part of the levels without being
it unlocked different levels, and there's stuff that you could do differently.
Yeah.
Someone for a phase of it.
I don't know. I'll end up standing on one and breaking one and losing me shit. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like I say, if you need like, is it like Dash from The Incredibles? If you need like super speed and stuff like that for certain levels, you go and put Dash on it, and off you go. And because he's one I see quite a bit in CEX. That's a figure.
Mm.
You two into your PlayStations, aren't you? Are you spending the 80 quid for the new FIFA or what?
I've got the new
No, he
FIFA
got that.
on the PS5.
He got that day release.
No, Belle bought it for me for it's not 80 quid. I think she paid 50 for it.
For the base game, not
Yeah, just the basic.
not like the
no extras
super
and
duper
specials.
special edition.
I don't. The thing is, I don't play. What's the thing?
Oh yeah, like legacy stuff.
The where you have to buy your teams and stuff and open packs.
Yeah,
I don't play that. I can't be asked with it, and it's basically
Ultimate
gambling.
Team.
So I'm not doing that.
FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yes,
Ultimate
that's the
Team.
one, yeah.
I don't play Ultimate Team at all. I'm quite happy just playing seasons or going online and playing against friends and stuff. That's all I do. I'm not bothered about Ultimate Team. It's just an absolute rip-off.
Hmm.
The amount of money they make out of Ultimate Team, they should just give you the game for free.
Yeah, it's very much like
download it for free, and then they'll still make millions on Ultimate Team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like some of the games that they got that's not Modern Warfare, is it? They fucking what the bloody games?
Call of Duty.
Not Call of Duty, the ones that are Fortnite and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean that's basically a free game, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they did with Halo, though, wasn't it? You got the multiplayer for free. You had to buy the campaign, but if you bought the pack where you got the campaign in it, you got money off some of the in-game purchases that you had to pay for the multiplayer. It was just that they got themselves into trouble, didn't they? 343 over it because, like you say, they were encouraging people to spend loads of money, and it came under a gambling act or something, so they had to take it right back in. So sadly, a lot of it was randomized. That if you spent 50 quid, you didn't know what you were getting in the box.
It's the same with Ultimate Team. It's basically gambling, and there are so many people, and we've got personal experience of this. There's so many people who have been addicted to opening packs and constantly buying and spending on that, just on the hope of getting whatever player. Thousands of pounds. I'm talking like one person, thousands of pounds, and it should not be allowed, or it should be strictly monitored, like a certain spend a week or a month or something.
Hey Rick.
So we are joined by YouTube royalty, as in Chris. And we've actually got a bona fide movie star.
Oh yeah.
Chat. Good evening, Ricky. Hope you are well, sir.
Why is he a bona fide movie star?
Because he's a movie star.
He's a movie star.
In what way?
Oh, we're in a different circle of people now, Chris, mate.
Oh, yeah, okay then.
Quality over quantity. We don't need 100 people in a stream.
We're still at the bottom of the barrel of this new group, but yes, we are in a different circle now. What's Kel got? You guys might laugh at this, but in my heyday on my phone, getting ripped off now. 3 passes to buy chests and decorations. What's that? What were you playing there?
No,
were you playing like the farm game or something like that? Were you?
Well, this is it. I mean, the thing is, I know we sound fucking old here, but I remember just buying a game and actually owning it. The only difference was when you bought something like Call of Duty and it had map packs that came out every few months at 20 quid. And you're like, I definitely want to get that map pack. Or you could buy spend another 40 quid and have the whole lot of them, 30 quid or whatever.
The thing
now it's just fucking ridiculous.
The thing for me, games have gone the same way as films have, where they release a theoretical version.
I know what he's getting at now.
And then they release like a director's cut. But what happens now is look at Space Marine 2, for example. Space Marine 2's released a couple of weeks ago. And now they're already talking about the new DLC pack. So you're telling me that they haven't been developing that DLC pack at the same time they've been developing the main game.
It's part of the development procedure, isn't it? They know what's coming out. They know what extras they're going to charge for. It's like the next generation. I mean, I thought it was going to happen on this generation of consoles, but it didn't 100%. But the next generation is definitely going to be download only, isn't it? There's going to be no discs on the next one.
Yeah.
PlayStation 6 is not going to have discs on
I
it.
think the PlayStation 5
gone
Pro or
now.
whatever it is the newer version of PlayStation 5 is discless, but you can obviously buy it by separately.
Discless, unless the more expensive Xbox is not got a disc drive, but the cheaper one has.
Just think how much money they're going to save, because they're charging like RRP. Oh, they charge RRP for the game when you download it. So recommended retail price, 60 quid for FIFA, whatever. That's the download price, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have any production of discs, anything like that. All they've got to do is upload the game to the server, and they skip a whole load of costs. It's,
it's more the money that they'll get, because I'll buy the game, right? Then I'll trade it into CEX, and then little Steve will buy the game for a fraction of the price of what I've paid for it, right?
What more than what they've traded it in, more than what they give you in trading?
Yeah. But the developer hasn't got that money then from the second sale. But now for me to play the game, I've got to pay full price, and then Steve's got to pay full price.
Yeah.
And then
and
if they
all
decide,
the downloads that come with it.
and then if they decide like, then you're not going to have the rights to play that, they're going to remove it from the platform. That money's gone then.
Yeah, everything.
It's it's changing a lot, just like the physical media is in that you guys are experiencing. It's changing a lot, isn't it?
The landscape is definitely changing with physical media. It's very much a for majority of it, it's very much a collector's market now. Like they are really, really targeting collectors, and how best to sponge more money out. Like I saw a post today that was a RoboCop. There was a director's cut steelbook 4K, but then there was also a different steelbook for a Blu-ray director's cut version, and it's very much it's like Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a big one at the minute, because you've got two different steelbooks. They both got the same characters on, just almost flipped around. So you've got one big Deadpool and one with a small Wolverine, and vice versa. And people are actually going out and buying both of the versions.
I wonder who'd do that.
Honestly, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not that bad, considering,
You've got 5 copies of Bloody Dirty Dancing.
I knew you'd try and throw that in there.
That they are targeting you, little Steve. You are the person they're targeting.
No, because the thing is that I like the movie, and I've watched it a couple of times now, and I like the movie. And I've got the other ones from 4K Steelbook, so it'd be nice to have a 4K Steelbook of it. But the thing with that movie is I'm not in any rush with it, because they're going to make thousands of copies of that. Like thousands of it. As opposed to
but you'll get a original Wolverine adamantium version steelbook from the dead Wolverine from Logan, and not the Wolverine from the other universe, because that was the opening scene to the film, isn't it? And that's the way that they will play it. You'll get this super duper version of a steelbook that they're only going to do 3,000 copies of.
Yeah,
and then they'll force you down that route.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that there is movies that I've sort of toyed with recently, and I'm like, you know what? I'll wait until just the 4K version comes out as opposed to a steelbook, because I'm not really that fussed about the movie, and that's it with some of them. I was offered, what was I offered the other day? The is it Hatcher or whatever it's Hatcher, is it? The Hitcher, Hitcher. And I've never seen that bloody movie in my life, but everyone went mad about it when it was released on 4K, and I obviously had to have this big box version and all this stuff, and it was limited edition. And I never got it, and then I got a message the other day asking if I wanted to buy a copy of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not remotely interested. I know they're doing like just a normal 4K version of it for, I don't know, 20 quid. I'll just pick that up at some point. It's not something I'm going to rush out and buy that big version of. But then I've also put I put deposit down. I've pre-ordered Watership Down, a BFI version with all the singing or dancing bits in it. It's only a Blu-ray, but it's a movie that, you know, I'm fond of. Well, I say fond of. I remember from growing up.
See, Luke's put in the chat there. Are we looking forward to King Kong Godzilla 3? No.
No.
Simple question. A simple answer to a simple question. No. I don't know what. Obviously, with the Godzilla movies, every film has got a different sort of kaiju to fight, right? And it's a different storyline. But now, Kong and Godzilla have fought each other. Kong and Godzilla are fought with each other with the aid of Mothra. Nowhere else for that to go now, in my opinion.
That -1 was brilliant.
Yeah, -1 was great, but
amazing film,
because it wasn't a Godzilla film that we know and love now.
It was like a Joker to the DC, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the human element of Godzilla, right? And you know, the monster was a monster. It wasn't the star of the film.
No.
You know, and that's why I like -1.
What's
you
that?
need to watch it, Chris.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the rest.
Yeah, but Kong Godzilla 3, no, unless you're gonna make, like you say, unless you're gonna make them the bad guys again and see it from another point of view. I don't know what you need to see. Kong's going to be the king of the underworld, and Godzilla's the king up the top. You don't really need to know any more out of that. Kel's asked Chris, have you been to many car boots? We're always watching your channel.
Oh, thank you, Kel. Yes, we went to a boot sale this weekend with Big Steve and Lana.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Runcorn Car Boot. Little Steve wasn't there because he
Ooh,
lives
car
miles away,
boot friends.
and he wasn't invited. Look at his face. No. Look at his little face.
I love you.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It was all right. We've got some stuff. There will be a video out this weekend if you're looking forward to.
But could you film at the car boot? Because otherwise, it's just a pile on your desk, and you could have got that from anywhere.
Very true. Yeah. Well, no one said I can't film at that one. So.
All right, fair enough.
That's.
Where is it again? So I can make a complaint.
It's better not to ask.
I don't know if you got it. I don't know if you got it on camera. Where I just went, "Yeah, Chris, there's a box of pops here, mate."
You went, probably not, no, because I edit as I go round. So when I see something that I'm interested in, I'll hit record.
Makes him look better when he finds it, then, Steve.
Yeah.
But that bloke was
it was
not
Lana that came over to me and said, "Chris, there's some pops over here."
I had my nose in the box when you come over, but that bloke wasn't budging on any of his prices, was he? I don't think he sold much after we were there.
We were still there quite early, weren't we?
You couldn't charm him with your ways, Steve. Is that what you're telling us?
I got money off because I told them his toys were broken and they need new batteries. So I got money off.
No, I weren't budging on the pops.
Catching up on the rest of the busy day. What's she put? Little Steve, thank God you didn't take Luke with your mummy.
Thingy's just popped up on Netflix. Tom Hanks film.
Oh, the Matt Otto one.
Man called Otto.
Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. I saw the trailer was running in the background last night, and I said to Lou, "We need to watch that." She's like, "Oh, I've seen that." I'm like,
"It's a great film."
She was like, "We've seen it." I was like, "I'm telling you, we haven't," because I know you've been to cinemas to watch it.
And I think we have it. I think we had it on the movie chat's homework wheel, but we
no. We had the one where he's in the fucking desert.
Hologram for a king.
The hologram,
hologram for a king. That was the one we had for the homework. We haven't had a man called Otto because he'd gone to see it at the cinemas.
But I think it was on the wheel, but it just never got drawn out.
No, because it wasn't even out.
Might have been. It's good anyway. It's for me. It's up there with one of Tom Hanks' best. You know, he's
like a miserable guy, basically.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's so good. Such a good film. unexpected hit, that one. I think it was a bit like when I went to watch Terminal.
Yeah,
And I was like,
love
oh,
that
this
film.
is kind of a nothing sort of Tom Hanks film, and you come out of it like really feel
sorry to hear
good.
that, Elaine.
And yeah, just a surprising hit, Terminal, and I think this is the same.
I do love Terminal, and I just love the ending to Terminal as well, where it was just he just walks through the doors. It's like, no, I'm going on holiday.
Yeah,
After spending 6 months living in an airport.
it is brilliant, that, isn't it? How he does that. It's so clever. But I think it's based on a true story, isn't it?
True story, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Elaine. I hope everything went okay. While we're having a downtime for a minute.
There's a question for you then, for your Tom Hanks, both of you. Your top 5 top Tom Hanks movies.
Oh bloody hell! You
Right,
can't
well,
spin that on me.
For me, there's a few up there. You've got the obvious Forrest Gump. I've got The Burbs. Got
The Burbs is not in my top 5.
Money Pit.
No,
I love that film. Big's good, but it's not. That film should be better than it is. I like Big, but it's not. It's aged on me, that one. Captain Phillips.
Yes.
can't watch that without getting seasick, unfortunately.
What you're going to say? You can't watch that without getting sad.
He sat there chewing a fisherman's friend.
I went to the cinema to watch Captain Phillips. Undoubtedly a great film, right? But there's so long periods when they're at sea and they're rocking around like this in that little bloody dinghy or whatever.
When he's in the lifeboat.
Yeah, basically. And I start going really, I thought I was going to throw up. Like, I've got my pick and mix bag. I'm thinking I could actually throw up in this bag if I need to. And I have to watch the second half of the film like through my fingers like that. Because honest to God, I just got this sudden like sickness. And when I looked it up afterwards, it was a common thing. A lot of people felt it when they went to the cinema to watch it. I don't get it so much when I'm watching it at home, but on the big screen when it's like this in front of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely
that
one of my
IMAX, Chris?
Sorry?
Can you imagine watching it on IMAX?
Oh. What about if you're on one of them 4D seats that sways around like this?
The thing with Captain Phillips is that there's a bit, although you know he survives, there's a bit in the film where you're thinking he's going to shoot him here. Do you know when they're getting in the lifeboat and you're thinking he's saying bye to the crew because he's knowing he's not coming back?
Yeah,
and that just tugs on you, like to say, you know, Christ, someone's actually lived through that. Because again, that's based on a true story as well, isn't it?
I think Castaway has to be probably my number one. I just absolutely love that film. I love it.
It's a long game. It's a long one, though, isn't it?
And Forrest Gump's up there, and Green Mile is up there.
Oh shit, yeah.
Private Ryan.
Private Ryan's good. Yeah, I was saying to Belle the other day we need to watch that one again soon. So many good films. I'm not keen on some. The Bonfire of the Vanities is well known for being an absolute car crash of a film. He even admits that himself. And The Burbs I didn't like. I know little Steve likes it. And Money Pit I wasn't mega keen on.
The Lady Killers.
Terrible film. Terrible. It's a remake, that, isn't it? It's I didn't like that. But everything sort of 90s onwards, barring... Actually, no, that's a lie because you got Big in there as well. But no, once he'd done sort of Forrest Gump and Apollo 13, that era, like 93-ish, whatever. Once he'd hit that, he was at his peak. And from that point onwards, there's not much wrong.
I was going to say, there's not many that he touches that aren't good. But just to give you an idea of how difficult this is, like, how many movies do you think he's done?
probably about 200.
How
I
many
think
do you
it's that
think?
many? I would probably go about 60.
108.
Really?
At least
What
108. It says.
starred in them?
Yeah, acted in them. Yeah.
Okay.
108. But he's
Yeah,
done
but
that over a
that'll be
45-year acting career.
that'll be including your Toy Stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where
Oh yeah, of course.
voiceovers
Yeah.
and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's probably where you're thinking quite low ball, Chris.
Yeah.
I've gone quite high. Another actor that I know you two are quite close to is Robin Williams as well, isn't it? You could probably have that same conversation about some of his stuff.
I'm not a massive fan. I liked his films, but I would say I'm not like a huge fan as much as Steve.
You see, the thing is, before we go into Robin Williams, like Sully, good movie. Da Vinci Code, good movie. Sleepless in Seattle, Catch Me If You Can, amazing movie. Like, I know you're a fan of Polar Express. Philadelphia, Splash, You've Got Mail, all those sort of movies. Apollo 13, like Turner and Hooch.
I don't think anyone's had so many big hitters as what he's had.
I mean, to be fair, like you say, he's had at least 108 movies to get a good portion of them, right? I suppose.
But he's moved with his age, though, hasn't he? He's done all the kiddie sort of adventure stuff and all that stuff when he was younger. Then he's moved with his sort of age. He's not tried to do like a Robert De Niro or type of thing where you try to stick to playing the young.
I think that's part of his success. He has moved. He's played his age, and also he's so diverse. He's not typecast into anything. No. I think he put his hand to most things. You go from like Philadelphia to Castaway, and then he's an astronaut, and then Forrest Gump, all those totally different films in a relatively short space of time, just in a couple, 2, 3, 4 years. That some absolute blockbusters. Then he's Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
I think
so different.
I think that was the benefit of us doing the homework, Will, was that we got to watch so many different films than what we normally would have watched.
Yeah.
And we got to watch some films that we absolutely forgot about. Like, say, Philadelphia was one of them. Philadelphia was on the wheel. Obviously, I love the song. I'm a big fan of the song Philadelphia. But then going back to watch the film, and you're like, Christ, you forget how good something was.
That song was really well used as well in the film.
Yeah,
good effect. I think I've always been a big fan of a film like hitting the soundtrack right, because it just makes it. It makes the film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. It's it makes it, the longevity of it, the atmosphere. It makes it more memorable. You think of all the great films, and you can normally attach
a soundtrack to it.
A good soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'd love to be that person, by the way. That's one of the things I would have always loved to have done, is be the person to. I can't remember the name of the job of the person who puts the soundtrack on.
No. Your soundtrack.
It'd be amazing. Seriously, it would have the Paddington Bees on there and all sorts.
Your Whatnot soundtrack is shit.
I would love
not
to be
going
in charge
anywhere
of
near
the soundtrack on film.
You would have Top Gun Maverick with the soundtrack to Spirited. That'll be your soundtrack. It'll be the one thing that people it'll be known for. Great film soundtrack.
The soundtrack to Spirited.
Or The Greatest Showman.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You didn't pull that one out list today, did you, Chris?
What? Sorry.
That pop that was in your pile of pops that you showed us. There's a Greatest Showman one on there.
No, it's still in the bag. I haven't touched that one yet. I do want to pay £15 for that one as well.
You can cough. Lou was like, "Well, can we have the pop protector that you promised?" He's like, "What?"
Lou was like, "Bollocks! That was you, that." That was
I said,
genius.
I said to her, I was like, look,
for?
I said to her, I was like, we need to buy a pop now, and we need to buy an unboxed pop because I want him to put it in a pop protector.
Oh man, he's just bought bloody a load of pop protectors. What do you want that for?
Just because you said it was free.
Just because. There you go. I've got you. Just because.
And then all night, what he did until the end, he did it again. He slipped up at the end, and I nearly had him. But he said it all the way through the night. It's like, if you're buying a boxed pop, I will give you a pop protector for free. He was proper, like, trying to military thing.
If
He
you want to
was.
spend 15 quid on a loose pop, I will give you a pop protector for it. Even how ridiculous it will look, you can have it.
You'd have it tied up and the pop protector swinging off the
Hey,
ceiling.
to be fair, it was to John McClane, so it was the one I wanted anyway. But yeah, I was.
Did you,
I wanted
did
that
you
bloody.
really pay 15 quid for a pop that he paid a quid for?
I don't remember him paying £15 for it. Did you pay
It was
£15?
£15 and then £3.39 postage.
Yeah, but you
But
bought
it
some other
was-
stuff as well.
It was, yeah, we did, but it was it's vaulted, so I wanted to pick it up because of that.
I did look that one up. It is worth. Even loose. It is worth. It's probably worth.
It's worth
15
that loose, easy.
Just like the Mr. Bean that Minion bought.
Yeah, I was.
He paid a fair value for that as well. That was worth about 20 quid.
Yeah, but yeah. So
bonkers. The
you
whole
were
lot is
talking, yeah,
bonkers.
I know, but you were talking about you were saying about Robin Williams, weren't
Yeah.
you? As with his sort of filmography, I think he's another one though. I mean, yes, we all know like what he can do with like Mork and Mindy and how
No,
you know that.
as he got older, though, he moved away from the
Yes,
films
my
like
point, yeah.
Toys and Patch Adams and
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And he ended up with the What Dreams May Come and
yeah,
1 Hour Photo and Bicentennial Man.
Insomnia. That's
He
another
moved
one.
into that type of stuff.
Yeah,
But like you say, watching him in something like Patch Adams and then watching him in 1 Hour Photo, you're like,
it's day
"Is
and
that the
night,
same
isn't
bloke?"
it? Yeah.
I didn't like 1 Hour Photo. I didn't really get it.
The point is that they're the sort of actors of that generation that weren't afraid to try something. Like one of the things that I loved about it was there was he would insist that homeless people in that area wherever he was filming would be part of the extras, so just so they got paid, and that was whatever movie you did, they had some involvement, which I thought was a nice touch. But the thing is that they're of a generation where, like, how many of these actors now that you look at go, that is a typical Baba film because they're exactly the same person. They don't even bother changing accents a lot of the time nowadays. You've just got to try and understand why an Australian is an English person. That sort of scenario.
Someone going through that at the moment is Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
You know,
very much.
he's moving away. Although he's just done Little Mickey 2, I think he's just recently done, hasn't he?
Is he really?
To finish off his Netflix contract, he's done that.
I'm sick of seeing him on Netflix now. Him and what's her face, Aniston.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just to finish off his Netflix thing, he's done Little Mickey 2. But when you look at stuff like the basketball one, what was that one called? Oh, where was the basketball bloody scout?
Oh yes, I saw that. I can't think of the name of it.
And he's done some really good sort of like. And
very hit and miss. Though the thing with Adam Sandler, I can't be asked when he does a bit like Jim Carrey. I can't be asked when he does the stupid voice characters.
Yeah,
it just doesn't interest me at all.
But he's not gone down that route for his last couple of films.
No.
He's gone like proper sort of like. And I'm gonna use the hustle. Thank you, Dave. I'm gonna use the phrase adult acting. And he's really stepped up his game into that sort of proper acting now, and he's left those like 6 or 7 people like the Rob Schneiders and people like that were in every single film of his that just popped up for that cameo because they were in bloody The Waterboy or Happy Gilmore or
Yeah,
something
you,
like
you
that.
saw him in every one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Jim Carrey. I mean, I could not stand him in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, but The Truman Show is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
I much prefer that side of Jim Carrey than the stupid wacky side.
Mm.
And the same with Adam Sandler. Like Waterboy, didn't like it. Can't be
think
dealing
the
with the
thing
stupid
is that
voices.
Ace Ventura, I like Ace Ventura movies, but it's at a time where sort of seeing the way that he was acting, like it wasn't something you saw all the time. Like it's very much like Adam Sandler in that respect. Where Adam Sandler now, if he did it, like we can guarantee, like exactly what he's going to be like doing a little Nicky too. Like, and I don't know if I could put myself through another 2-hour movie of that. Like, but at the time, like was watching the first couple of movies that he did, I found them really funny. But I don't know if that's aged as well now. I think I'm probably just fed up of seeing it. But like, I would much rather put on The Truman Show than I would put on Ace Ventura. Although I still liked both movies at the time, but like the Cable Guy, I barely stand it.
No.
Yeah.
The Cable Guy just takes Little Mickey and Ace Ventura to a whole new level for me. It's like Dumb and Dumber. I can't watch Dumb and Dumber.
I love Dumb and Dumber.
Don't mind the first one. I think that's probably the only one where he's a bit daft.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Eddie Murphy, the situation where I can't stand Eddie Murphy when he's playing 8 characters in a film. He just doesn't.
Oh yeah, that was a bit.
And that happened quite a lot in quite a lot of films in relatively
over a short space of time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he probably got paid 8 roles worth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That film. You know.
Not daft.
The nutty professor with the Crumps, where he's every member of the family.
No, just not funny. Not funny at all.
Sorry, guys, my knees are hurting me. That's why I keep moving around.
Oh, it's getting old, isn't it?
I know, yeah, I know.
Well,
Can't help it.
I don't have a knee problem, but I'm on the trampolines tomorrow.
No, well, I've not been on the trampolines for a while. But, you know, because I moved doctors, I've moved NHSs, and they cancelled everything that I'd already started. So I've got to go back through all the scans and everything again.
You've not moved county, surely?
Well, Runcorn's under NHS Halton, and bloody Ellesmere Port's under NHS Cheshire West. So it's different NHS departments. So they cancelled all me.
I think you've been fobbed off there, mate.
Scans and everything. So I've got to go back for them all again.
Just go private. You can afford it.
Of course you can.
You could have had that done and sorted in a week.
If I go private, I can't
Bionic legs by now.
If I go private, I can't buy silly shit like me.
That Mini, he could have sorted out his health.
Yeah, that's it. He's chosen Mini over his health.
Priorities right.
Hey, I tell you what, though, I'm quite comfortable in the Classic. Do you know, because you don't move around as much in the seats. I can drive that better than I drive the big Mazda.
You say you don't move around that much in the seats. You say you can't move around that much in the seats.
Well, you're sort of in one position, aren't you?
Crunched into it.
Yeah. So once you're in the seat, you're not going anywhere. But in the Mazda,
it's being sat in a go-kart, isn't it? You can't move in that either.
Yeah. In the Mazda, you get bounced around quite a bit. So, yeah. But
oh god.
Anyway, less about my health. Is there anything coming out for Halloween you're looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the Terrifier 3 or?
I will watch that actually. I've seen the first 2. I quite enjoyed them. All this bollocks you're seeing on the Facebook about people running out being sick. Get a life. It's a fucking film. Not real.
Right, get the bag.
But yeah, I will watch that.
I thought we were getting away from little Steve eating on tonight's stream.
Oh, you're joking, aren't you? He's got Mackie D's and all, and the cheeky little shit.
You enjoy your cup of tea, gents. I'll enjoy my very, very cold chips.
Yeah, do you know,
very cold.
And it looks like Lou's had some of them out of there.
That's not going to do your diabetes any favours, is it, Steve?
Neither's sitting here without eating.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I
carry
don't
on
know, is there
talking.
there
Why have
much,
you all stopped talking?
is there much else Halloween wise? I don't know if it's a thing anymore.
No, I don't think you've got that seasonal blockbuster type feel for the cinema for a while now, have we?
Cinema feels to me like it's dead. I used to love going to the cinema, and I know we've had this conversation a million times, but last few weeks we've been looking to see, should we go watch a film? Have a look at the listings. Fucking nothing on.
I say
Absolutely nothing.
you out of all three of us, you've been to cinemas more in the last 6 months than we have.
Yeah, well, that's about twice.
Yeah,
Not
true.
often. Last film we went to see was it was a kiddie one. We took young Eric
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
yeah,
It was the
yeah.
Purple Crayon or something.
yeah.
That actually looks quite good.
It was all right, to be fair. It wasn't bad. It was a bit of fun, but yeah, that was the last thing we went to see. And we really wanted to see Beetlejuice, and I'm glad we didn't. So we watched it here at home. And
the thing for me is this is a sort of time of year where, yes, it's nice to watch those sort of movies, but the only ones I have issues with is watching Christmas movies anytime during the year that's not Christmas. I can watch a Halloween themed movie at any point.
I've got a problem with that. I struggle
you don't
watching
watch Christmas at all.
I struggle watching Christmas movies even at Christmas. And the reason for that is that because we'll be going into November in 2 weeks' time, and then the Christmas films are going to start.
There's a
100%.
Christmas channel in there already.
Yeah, well, if you take Christmas 24 away, the mainstream channels are going to start pumping the Christmas stuff out, aren't they? Come the 1st of November. Yeah. So, you've already got Christmas in the shops in August because that's getting earlier and earlier every year now. You might as well put it up as soon as Easter's finished, for all it's worth.
Yeah,
and then the movies start in November. It just ruins Christmas. Christmas should be.
It ruins Christmas. Christmas is 3 days, according to you.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Pack up your shit. Fuck off. Move on. Done. That's Christmas.
But the thing is, Chris, though, is that the retail stores, especially nowadays, they're fueling that hate because it's out in fucking start of August.
Yeah, I mean, it is daft. It is.
So you're surrounded by Christmas stuff like August time.
Yeah.
But to make it worse,
it's
still in the shops in February trying to get rid of the stuff they haven't sold in December. So you've literally got a 5-6 month period where it's not in the shops.
Yeah, and that's Easter.
Yeah.
This is why British home stores went bust.
Yeah.
They used to bring out all that, all their lovely Christmas stuff. Like they used to have a whole floor of it, like all these amazing foodie gifts and stuff. And it'd be like 20 quid for a glass thing with a bit of popcorn in it. 20 quid for that. Oh, Christmas movie night, right?
Yeah.
The minute Christmas is done, it's a quid.
Yeah.
And so people were cutting onto that and not buying the stuff in the first place because they knew it was a rip-off. So I honestly believe that their Christmas buying habits in British home stores killed them off.
Lana says that. She'll walk around now and she goes, what are you doing in the Christmas sale? I'm just seeing what I'm going to pick up in January for half the price. And we'll keep it for next year. But no.
Like, this is going to stick in my mind for as long as I'm alive, I reckon. But the best time for me was Easter during COVID because they couldn't fucking shift the eggs. So there was eggs available for months.
Yeah, but
was
that's
that about the time when you were diagnosed as diabetic.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I remember the shops near the main shops like Morrison's, places like that. They had pallets and pallets just of Easter eggs because they couldn't fucking shift them.
You can buy 10 for 50p.
Honestly, it got to a point, but it was brilliant. I'll never forget that. That was brilliant. That
never forget it. Bloody hell.
No.
Little things, Chris.
I'm hoping that Netflix come out with a real banging Christmas film this year, and it could be Spirited 2. I actually think there's a lot of legs in having a sequel to that.
What do
I
you
would
reckon
love
to the
to
look
see
of
a
that?
sequel.
That one
That red
called,
one.
is it Red?
Red one or whatever it is, yeah.
Hmm.
That look, I think that's going to be this year's Christmas film, isn't it? That red one with the Rock.
Oh
Because
yeah,
Santa gets
seen that. I've
kidnapped.
seen a trailer
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're pushing that one. But like I say, what we're in now, October, Violent Night is on Netflix already.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's a few on Netflix now. They're starting to ping them up.
Yeah.
Silent Night's
I know,
amazing though.
I know Spirited was Apple, Dave.
What's
and
Apple? What does that mean?
It was on Apple TV, wasn't it, Spirited?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
Was
wasn't Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Apple exclusive, was it?
Yeah.
yeah, it was. You're right. I remember now. I remember the logo popping up on it.
It was
Yeah,
on
sorry.
Apple TV.
Netflix owned the Chronicles, doesn't it? The Christmas, the trilogy of Chronicles. That's a Netflix one, isn't it?
Oh no, it wasn't. I was going to say, yeah, it says Netflix on it, so but it's an Apple Plus TV one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got a dodgy because it never came out on a DVD.
No, it's bootleg.
So what's that?
Spirited.
Let's have a look at the disc.
Okay. It's not back in the day where it says like Mike's disc on it or anything. They've actually put a print on the disc.
A proper decent.
Yeah, it's good quality.
Is it Blu-ray? Is it Blu-ray?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it Blu-ray quality?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need it, Chris.
No, I'll just stream it.
Yeah. No.
I love Spirited. I'm gonna have to see it.
There you go. Talking about Christmas, I'm fucking sneezing now. I'm allergic to the bastard thing. No. So, like you say, the Christmas movies are already started on Netflix. They're going to be on all the mainstream channels. YouTube and eBay are going to be bouncing on me bloody adverts all over the place, aren't they?
Yep.
It's just a bad time of year.
Not if you like Christmas.
Don't be such a bloody Scrooge.
Honestly, he's like this. This is what I have to deal with when it comes around to Christmas.
You only live once.
Yeah, but you've got to put up with Christmas 70 times in that one lifetime.
If you're lucky. With those knees, I'm not sure you're going to make it that far.
Well,
I think you'd be a challenge.
Broken knees.
I think Big Steve would be a challenge for the Spirited team, wouldn't he? To come and visit him and put him, kick him up the arse.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys turn up as the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future, I'll be.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking more. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, Scrooge. More like the Blackadder version where he finds out if he's bad, it's better. He gets better.
Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a Halloween film or a Christmas film? It's a weird one, isn't it?
It's a Christmas film based in Halloween, isn't it?
Are there any other crossovers that
it's basically a marketer's perfect fucking film because they can market
it lasts ages.
Yeah.
Are there any other crossovers like that? Halloween and Christmas?
Not that I can think of.
I don't think so. I think that's quite unique, to be fair. Can the chat think? Can you guys think of anything?
Would you like to see a live action of Nightmare Before Christmas?
To be honest, I don't really like the film itself anyway. I'm not really into it. Not really my thing. I've never really been a fan of that style of animation. Is it stop motion or whatever?
Yeah, stop motion.
I don't mind Wallace and Gromit and those films, but I'm not keen on that one. What else is there? There's a few, isn't there? Frank and Weenie. That's another one.
The Corpse Bride.
Yeah, not into it.
The Wallace and Gromit collection is coming out on 4K in a month or so.
I didn't mind Box Trolls though. I quite like that one.
Speaking of Wallace and Gromit, Steve, did you see the Teddy?
Yeah, I did. That's awesome. I've never seen that one either, to be fair.
No, I said that to him. I've never seen that.
I might have to go back to Warrington tomorrow when I'm out and about and see if I can pick up the rest of them.
Why is there a set?
There's a set of them, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Christmas present?
It's just a present.
Well,
'Cause
use
you
it for
can.
Christmas. Use
No,
it for Christmas.
we've already bought the washing machine for Christmas. We've gone
Oh,
half
fuck
with the
no.
washing machine.
Steve, the thing is, Chris, mate, he's that fucking miserable when it comes to Christmas. He has to buy her stuff, otherwise she will leave him. Nobody stays with someone this miserable over Christmas, surely.
We've gone halves and bought a new washing machine because when we come back from camping, our one started to smell like burning rubber, so we bought a new one. And we said we're not really buying each other Christmas presents this year. Should we go halves on the washing machine? We said yeah.
Have you ever had anything that amazing for a Christmas present?
No.
No,
That's
neither
it. That
have I.
tops it. That's amazing. That.
Look, the washing machine's the gift that keeps on giving. She can get close enough with a little
She can
feet.
use it all the time.
She can use it all the time. Fed the dishwasher.
I did buy
You know
Bella
what?
crock pot once.
And did that end up round your head?
It was a main present, a crock pot.
Because Steve's going to end up in the washing machine. Make sure she got a big one, like a 7 kilo or a 9 kilo.
Yeah, but that's what we've done. We've gone halves
Please
on the washing machine.
please put some wrap around it for Christmas Day. I'm begging you.
It's
I'm
already funded.
taking Belle to see the Harry Potter show in London. That's her Christmas present.
Yeah.
And while we're there, we're just going to take him Back to the Future again. Whilst we're there,
I was gonna say, here you go, babe. It's a show that you've already seen. Oh, and by the way, I'm going.
He's going to both. Yeah,
yeah.
Well, what happened was we're going for 2 nights in London in January, and we booked the Harry Potter show for this. We're going like I think we're doing morning then afternoon.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have a quick look at what the situation is with the Back to the Future show on the day before because we had a free day, and we found, I think the tickets were 30 quid each, front row, but it's in the corner. It's not. It says it's not
limited
obstructed.
view.
It's not obstructed, but it's about 3 from the corner on the front row. But I just thought 30 quid, I can't turn that down because the tickets in the middle, like 2 rows back in the middle, they're about 150, 160 quid. So it's a massive difference. I don't know why they were so cheap on that day.
You're going to find out when you get there.
Yeah.
I don't care. I've seen
you're
it
sat on
already.
the stool.
We've already
right
seen
next
it,
to the
so-
speakers for the whole arena.
Yeah, it could be that, but we've already seen it in Manchester when in the first week it came out. First week it ever came out, we went to see it. It was amazing. So we've already seen it. So we just get a different perspective than what we watched it last time. So I'm okay.
Just take
with
a
that.
pillow.
From-
Take a
from
pillow
the
just
back-
in case you sat
On
on
the
a
back of
wooden
Doc's
stool.
head.
Yeah.
Knowing our look, right, he'll come back on and we'll meet up with him. Like, how did he go? Like, yeah, we got VIP. Yeah, they took pity on us, and now we've been part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
30 quid each.
I don't know. What film would you like to see them do a stage show of next?
Spirited.
Oh, fuck off.
It'd be amazing. A musical on the stage. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be perfect. It lends itself. I mean, it's a musical anyway, so immediately it lends itself to the stage show. But
yeah,
I think it would be good.
Steve would be at the front row, wouldn't you, with that one?
What else?
Musicals.
I mean, who'd have thought Back to the Future would be a stage show?
I know. Mind you, I really want to see Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah, I do as well. I looked at that one. That was the first one I looked at because I've not seen it. So I thought,
Vinnie
let's try
Jones
that
is
one.
in it until Christmas, isn't he, or something?
It was a bit too expensive, so yeah, I couldn't afford it.
Sorry,
So
you can't
expensive
afford it.
now in London to go watch a show and to have have tickets that are not up in the heavens and you can't see a damn thing. I hate sitting up there at the top.
I think when me and Lou went to watch Phantom, that was easily 300 quid, I think. It would have been cheaper to watch fucking Oasis at this point. Hey, Neil.
I don't know. I enjoyed Phantom of the Opera.
I love it.
When we went to see it up in Glasgow, that was quite good.
Well, like I say, she'd never seen it. I'd seen it as a child. My nana took me to watch it. And then we booked it, and it was the March of COVID. So it all got cancelled. The whole thing got shut down. So it wasn't until like last year that I managed to... I booked it before Christmas, so I gave it as a Christmas present. But but it was for our wedding anniversary. See, not daft. So we went on our wedding anniversary, and yeah, she really enjoyed it. But she wants to see it again. So I just need to figure out when I can book that really.
For your next wedding anniversary.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You see, I might do.
Oh, have you seen that channel? I think I shared it with you, where someone's made some of the most popular films into like little musical clips. I think I shared some with you where they've done Predator as a musical and Aliens as a musical.
Yeah,
So
Did you
funny
really? You
to
did
know.
share that with me?
you're ruining
You probably
Oh,
just
did you?
ignored my message like
Yeah,
normal.
maybe.
ruining my bloody movie franchises with your musical bullshit.
There's a YouTube channel, and they take they like parody all some of the big films, but they make them into musicals, and they're absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
but Steve was in
It's
his
like
element.
It's like a musical version of Be Kind, Rewind.
Oh, I bet he was in his element, Chris.
They are impressive, though. I don't know how they do these things.
I tell you what, though, I have got into listening to Jack Black. Do you know, because he is actually a singer, isn't he? You know, and some of his covers of stuff like Wicked Game and stuff like that are just absolutely brilliant. You know, and then you realise you're listening to Jack Black.
Wow.
You know, the Book of Mormons or Legally Blonde. I reckon Legally Blonde, it is a stage show now, though, isn't it?
I think that's what he's saying. That
Their recommendations
yeah.
he's seen.
I don't fancy Legally Blonde. I've seen adverts for that, but I don't really fancy it. It's probably all right though.
What are you looking for now?
Nothing. I was just getting my chair to move.
All right, without falling off it.
Yeah.
Please do.
Exactly
Please
that.
fall off it.
That's what you did the last time, Steve.
Yeah, but it wasn't this chair, was it? It was a fucking other one.
No. I love that. That I had to put that on the intro.
Yeah, forever immortalized now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So I have to try and get the bullying in where I can, because after watching that every fucking time.
Well, there's no bullying, is there, Steve? I haven't done anything on the show worth bullying for.
Bloody hell.
What was it? The only two things I've done is call us movie twat.
Yep.
I mean, that was good, wasn't it? That was good.
That was amazing, that one.
The pair of you have done two really good things, haven't you? Let's face it.
In a 3-year period.
It's 1-1. Who's going to take the lead?
Yeah. In the 3-year period, that's the only things that we've done. We've done one.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. Right. Ladies and gents, it's come to that time of night where I've got to start thinking about getting ready for bed. So thank you for joining us this evening, Chris. You're more than welcome. Little Steve, thanks for deciding you were going to join us after the show has started. It's always a pleasure, as always, guys.
They're Clueless and Titanic into musicals. It cost about $2 million to put the West End show.
See, I wouldn't know about Titanic as a musical. You know,
kind of an obvious one. Yeah, I mean, you pick any big blockbuster and you've already got an immediate audience for it, hasn't it? You don't really need to market it or anything. You can just say, oh, we're doing a Titanic musical. Everyone who loves Titanic is probably going to go and try and have a look at it.
We're sinking. No, we're not. We're sinking.
Would you have like the... Do you remember the opening sequence to Team America where they're all on the big scaffolding stage and they're all on different levels? You'd have to have something like that, wouldn't you? But instead of saying everyone's got AIDS, it'll be everyone it's iceberg. You know, you'd have to have something on that multi-scale stage, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know how they do it. Like that boat will look significantly smaller than what the Titanic would bloody look like.
Mm.
on a stage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you work out the. I'm trying to use my mouse because I'm sat at my workstation at home, and I'm trying to use my mouse, thinking I'm on my work laptop and that, and I'm on Lana's one, and it's not plugged in. Dickhead. Right?
Workstation. Better late than pregnant, Big Steve.
Are you calling me fat? He is, isn't he? He's calling me fat.
That's shaming you. That's shocking. I'm
No,
offended.
how dare he? As your stuff in your face for your McDonald's. All right, guys. See you all later. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
very
us.
much, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hope
See
you
ya.
enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now you've done that, why don't you go and check out some of the other videos. Bye-bye for now, and hope to see you on the next one.